Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today is a different type of video because we have to talk about BRIE LARSON again, and we have to talk about the fact that there's so much clickbait going on with her. BRIE LARSON versus clickbait is the topic today and you don't want to miss it. So let's get right into it. Now, here's the thing. This wasn't a video I intended to do, but after I did my last video about BRIE LARSON and about is it time for us to hate her again, I was instantaneously met with several new videos popping up in my feed talking about BRIE LARSON. Except here's the difference. A few of those were actually talking about her without even talking about her. Now let me explain. Okay. So here's what I mean by that. You see, the YouTuber Justin is Lost posted not one, but two videos saying BRIE LARSON and Shang-Chi movie have ruined Marvel movies forever. Now, okay, look. Everybody makes mistakes. Maybe he posted the video thinking he was going to talk about BRIE LARSON and then didn't, right? Well, I can accept that for one video, but when you do it for two, you're doing it for clickbait. And that's the thing, people. That's the thing right there. When he's talking about it, he doesn't mention BRIE LARSON even once. Now, Justin, me and you both know why you did this. It's called clickbait. It's called clicking for views. You want people to tune in and say, oh, well, that's typical of BRIE LARSON to cause this much hate. When in fact, you had nothing mean to say about it at all. You were simply using and slandering her name as clickbait. Now, if you want the definition of clickbait, here's the definition of clickbait. Ta-da! That is the definition of clickbait. Now here's the thing. You want another definition of clickbait? Here's another definition of clickbait. And why? Because we can give you this other definition of clickbait as well. You see, clickbait is when you know you're not actually addressing something, but you want to use it for views. We all know what clickbait is. So why are we paying this guy to use clickbait to get us to watch a video where he doesn't even talk about what he says he's talking about? He's simply using her name to slander her for his own monetary needs. Something that on this channel we will never do, ever. If I say I'm talking about pink elephants in a purple sky, then you can rest assured that I'm talking about pink elephants in a purple sky in this video. If I say I'm talking about Joe Blow, whoever Joe Blow is, guess what? I'm talking about him. If I say I'm talking about a person, I'm going to talk about them. I don't need to have fancy clickbait titles that have nothing to do with what our content is. I report the facts and I report them as they are. And people that do the opposite of that are exactly the problem with our fandom. And that's the thing, not a fandom, all fandom. So you can take any fandom you want and place it there. If someone says the problem with a 20-sided dice in D&D, and guess what? They don't say anything about a 20-sided dice in the video, they're part of the problem. If you talk about the bad things about cosplay and then your video's about making muffins, you're part of the problem. At the end of the day, at least have the common decency to talk about what it is that you are talking about, not some random topic. When I say I'm talking about something, you know I'm talking about it. That being said, what Justin's Lost did talk about in his video was the fact that Shang-Chi was not known by anyone before his movie. Can you believe that? Look, maybe Shang-Chi was not known by your circle of friends, Justin, but the character was actually created in December of 1973. Well, that was the date of his first appearance anyway. So in December of 1973, he made an appearance in Special Marvel Edition number 15. Now, why is this important? Simply for the fact that if someone's been around since 1973 in the comic book industry, there's going to be people who know about this character. These people are still alive, Justin. It's not like they all died 17 or 18 years ago. That's the thing. These people who want to spread hate, they like to spread it in ways to make things like, oh, well, nobody alive knows who this character is, so obviously Marvel's just trying to and be inclusive. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that at the end of the day? There's not a bloody thing wrong with that. However, what is wrong is to do clickbait article after clickbait article trashing a human being for your own monetary values, for your own monetary needs. And I'm talking to you, Justin, and I'm talking to the quartering. Because why? Because these channels, while I respect their hustle, and don't get me wrong, I definitely respect their hustle, and I don't want anybody from my channel to go to their channels and spread hate, because this channel is about all things positive about the fandom. And if you go over there and spread hate on any of their channels, then you are part of the problem. So please don't do that. At the end of the day, I respect their hustle. However, I do have to say that it's a bit bad to use someone to gain views just because you know you can. You could do 200 plus videos about why someone is a horrible person, and you don't even know this person. You can do 3,000 plus videos talking about how horrible a movie is. But what's that they say? You can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. If you're sick of this type of content, of these hate tubers, why do we keep letting them do this? Why do we keep paying them? I mean, we keep watching them. We keep them employed, essentially. Now, me as a YouTuber, sometimes I'm forced to watch these videos because, you know, I need to know. I needed to know, how is he blaming BRIE LARSON for Shang-Chi? And I watched the video. I watched it about 7 times. I gave this boy 7 views, because I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. And like I said, I respect the hustle. Use her name. Do it several times over. But isn't that against YouTube's guidelines? Don't they not like that? That's how videos get demonetized, isn't it? When you do something like that? I don't know. I don't care. I hope they make money on the video till the end of time, personally. But the reason I say I hope they make money on it till the end of time is simple. There are a lot of like-minded people. There are people out there who want to hate on every little thing. And you know what? Let them hate. Let the fans of something enjoy the fandom, and let the people who want to hate, hate. But if you're sick of that type of content, I want you to remember that on this channel, we talk about all things positive with fandoms. You won't find me talking about things I don't like. Occasionally, I might have to do a video like this one. Because a lot of what he said was wrong. A lot of what a lot of YouTubers out there using BRIE Larson's name as clickbait is wrong. And I don't care. Build a quote. Do a quote, find one of her saying something horrible and put it up. But here's my suggestion to everyone out there in the fandom. Think for yourselves. Think for yourselves and do your own research. If you want to believe that she's a horrible person and she said all this horrible stuff, I'm going to be honest with you, yeah, she did say some stuff about inclusivity in reviews of movies. But you know who else said that? Christian Bale. That's right, that guy, Batman. That's something to think about, isn't it? You see, she got hate because of the movie that she was getting ready to do. And she's a victim of timing. I believe that she wouldn't have gotten so much hate if the new Star Wars films hadn't been out and people hadn't been so ready to jump on the bandwagon of Mary Sueism, of the fact that a lot of people who wanted to hate on Star Wars because it wasn't their Star Wars. You know, they wanted to hate on it, so they were ready to jump on the bandwagon of women who have power in movies is bad. I'm a child of the 80s. I'm just going to be honest with you. I grew up in the 80s. 80s and 90s, people. And growing up in the 80s and 90s, oh, there were a lot of movies with some tough girls in it. And not once did it ever take me out of the movie. It's all a matter of perspective. You can choose to see things in a certain way. You can choose to see politics in Star Wars because, hello, spoiler alert, there's always been politics in Star Wars. Every Star Wars movie in existence has had politics. And if you fail to realize this, you can definitely read a few articles where George Lucas talks about this himself. It's out there. You can do it. If you want to talk about politics in Marvel movies, well, all you need to do is look at the Marvel comics. Politics have always been a big part of the Marvel comics. If you want to say something about women not needing men to rescue them, that's always been a thing that's been big. You know, that's not anything new. Wonder Woman was doing this as early as the 70s, probably a lot earlier on than that in the comics. But, you know, when the Wonder Woman TV show came out with Linda Carter, she was already doing that. The point is, there's always going to be things like that. There's always going to be things going on that maybe you don't understand as a fan. And you can find out if what they're saying is true by doing a quick search. But don't listen to people telling you in a title of all things that someone's responsible for something, and they don't even mention them in the whole video. Don't pay attention to people telling you that the director is trying to pay off their student loan and somehow that's the actress's fault. Or the new power being used by the character is suddenly the actress's fault. Clickbait, my friends, comes in all fashions. And poison fandom, unfortunately, is very real. So, you know, at the end of the day, why do we care what an actor thinks anyway? That's the other thing. Why do we care what an actor thinks? Because, like I said in the last video, I gave you a quote by Brad Pitt where he said he doesn't understand why people care what he thinks, because at the end of the day, he gets paid to put on makeup and play make-believe. Now, here's that full quote. And you can see this quote. See? Now, you can argue that Brad Pitt may have changed over the years, but if you're going to make that argument, you can also make the argument that BRIE Larson's views have changed too. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter either. Using someone as clickbait to garner views is still wrong. It's stupid, but it's done all the time. And while I respect the hustle, I don't respect the fact that we do it. Now, that's why I aim to be different. We aim on this channel to be fair and partial to all things fandom, treat fandom in a respectful way, and we want to definitely change YouTube one video at a time. If you like positive fandom, you've come to the right place, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because Miko demands that we have more subscribers, and you don't want to disappoint Miko, do you? And guess what? Hit that notification bell so you know when we do our next video, and at the end of the day, fandom is family.